Hey Taurus. I didn't get to you last month. I didn't get to anybody last month. I needed some time for myself. Thank you for returning. So today is Wednesday the 24th, and it's the Taurus full moon. And you know, I did some studying on this moon to try and maybe walk you through it, but it's way above my pay grade. I read the cards, I do what I do, astrologers do what they do. But I can tell you that it's an important time for you in a lot of different ways. Cards fell. Give me a minute. I thought maybe you'd just pull some cards and see what the cards say about what this moon is going to mean for you. And we have 3 out. We've got the Empress, the Hierophant, and the 5 of Pentacles. So, as of this filming today, as of this time, the way this moon is likely to influence you or what you're feeling with it, the Empress talks about creativity. She talks about fertility, also passion. A lot of passion, wanting to grow something, wanting to see something grow, wanting to put your effort into something that gives you joy. And you have her here with the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is, I mean, well, he's your card for one thing. He's ruled by Taurus. And the Hierophant is very stable. He's very solid. You know, when growth occurs, it's because he said so. He signed off on it. And he's in the upright here, so it looks like you have control. You know, this outpouring of passion and of creative energy that you're having right now, it's not out of control. It's within your control. And yet we have the 5 of Pentacles here. And as you can see, I mean, these people aren't in the greatest shape. You know, they're feeling a little left out in the cold. They're feeling as though they're lacking something. So to put all this together, it could be that you're feeling the constraints of, I mean, the Hierophant can talk about work too. You know, it can talk about the status quo, how things are currently. So maybe you're growing and you're feeling the constraints of the structure that's around you right now. Maybe there's limitations that you would like to see dissolve. And these limitations are making you feel like you can't have everything you want, or that you're not getting what you need. Let's see how this turns out. Spirit, show me how this energy plays out for Taurus. I didn't say it. This is your November reading, by the way. Happy Scorpio season. Okay. That's pretty clear. This is you choosing to transform. We have the 8 of Cups in reverse here. The 8 of Cups usually talks about walking away from things that don't serve you anymore. But maybe you're walking towards something that does, as opposed to fighting against what doesn't. Yeah, we're listening to Chet Baker right now. I don't own this music, or pretend to. And the music just changed when I said that maybe you're, instead of fighting against what you don't want, you're putting energy into what you do want. And now Chet's singing, so I'm gonna stop it. It's My Funny Valentine. It's a great song. But yeah, so the way that you will transform from this is that you're being more selective about what you put your energy into. And you're starting to understand the shift of mind and the shift of energy that can happen when you stop focusing on what you don't want and start focusing on what you do. I know that sounds simple, but putting it into everyday practice is can be really transformative, and that's what looks like is happening here. So you're taking this Five of Pentacles, this lack that you're feeling, and you're understanding that maybe the boundaries and the structure that exists doesn't actually matter as much as you thought it once did. And with this shift that you're undergoing, we have the Ace of Pentacles. And the Ace of Pentacles is an opportunity. It's a very stable, long-lasting opportunity that for new growth that you've chosen. But it's going to require that you let something go. And these are all Pentacles here. We've got the 5, the 1, and the 4 of Pentacles. And Pentacles are earth. They're your possessions, they're your job, they're your money, they're your resources, whatever that is to you. And so in order to gain the one new thing, you might have to let go of some other things. Maybe this is going to look to you like, maybe in order to buy that new car, you've got to clean out your garage. Maybe it's something as mundane as that. Or maybe this can come down to your life choices. Maybe you're facing a major decision when it comes to the nitty-gritty of your life, where you work, where you live, how you live. So this ain't small shit. It could be very mundane, or it could be as big as you want it. It's just how you're going to use the energy and how you're going to play the cards you've been given this month. World is your oyster, apparently. Okay, let's do a Celtic cross spread to just get a general feel for what November is going to be like for you, and maybe get a little bit more. Let's see if we get more specific. And while I'm shuffling, let me know in the comments if you like this kind of video or if you want to be able to see more of the cards, okay? I know some of you out there are card readers yourselves, so my decks aren't all that glamorous, but I will show them to you. Okay, so Spirit, give me a Celtic cross reading for Taurus energy in November. Let's get it clear, let's get it useful. Let's get it of the highest vibrational energy. Okay. Ooh, girl. All right. So, the basis of your situation here, again, we have the Four of Pentacles showed back up. And you're holding on to something. You're desperately holding on to something. And I don't know if this is your energy or not, but I have the Queen of Swords. She's right here. Now, the Queen of Swords, pardon the pun, is a very double-edged personality. If this is a person in your life, you will know her by her very sharp energy. Sometimes she can be very piercing. Maybe her eyes are very piercing. Maybe she has an ability to cut you too. And like I said, that can be both ways. Maybe she cuts right to the core of you in a way that feels good, but maybe it's also not so good sometimes. So here it looks like the Queen of Swords might be putting you in a position, and this is air sign energy, by the way. So we're talking about Libra, Taurus, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, if this is an actual flesh and blood human being. So if you have this female energy in your life that you feel is maybe, she's making you feel like you've got to hold on tight to either what you have or to your sense of self. Sometimes really this can point to as well, holding on to what you identify with, how you identify yourself. Maybe she's making some chop suey of maybe you're feeling like she's too sharp, she's too pushy. And if this is not a flesh and blood human being, then maybe right now you are feeling your challenge is your own mind. And it is Scorpio season. We may be all a little bit touchy, a little bit vindictive at times. So this could be in November that you are at odds with yourself. You're maybe having to make choices with your logic in a way that goes, well, okay, I can't have this anymore. If I want this, I have to cut this out. Or it feels like there are very clear choices with not a lot of gray area in between. Maybe that's how you're feeling. Like you don't have a lot of wiggle room. Like it's either this or it's this. And I need to hold on to what I have. There feels like an element of risk here, but not in a bad way. Not something that is like, I don't see you staying up at night. I don't see you stressing about this in any kind of major way. This is just, it feels like you are understanding that this is just the next step, the next progression. And I'm feeling like you saw this coming. Maybe this has been something that's been bubbling up for a while emotionally, and now you're actually having to start planning. In the recent past here, we have the High Priestess in reverse. Now this could be another female energy, and if so, very, very powerful. Someone that you would notice. And she's upside down, so she's in reverse. So in the recent past, maybe you've had this very powerful energy in your life, this female energy that was, the High Priestess generally is very, very intuitive and can act in ways that are maybe confusing to others. And so she's in reverse here. So she doesn't have the power. If this is just an energy for you, this is you being shut down. You go to work, you go home, you live your life, you don't reach out too far. This is maybe in the recent past for you. Maybe you've just been a little bit, just a little shut down. But I'm having a feeling here like the High Priestess and the Queen of Swords are the same person. That's really what I'm feeling. So maybe this High Priestess that you already know, maybe she's shifted her sort of position in your life, and now she's challenging you. Could be. Okay, what else do we have here? We have also the Page of Swords in reversed as the basis of what's going on right now of this struggle. I say struggle, but it's just a challenge. It's just what is. The Page of Swords is perhaps, it's a new energy. It's an immaturity, and it's brash, and it's a little reckless. So as an energy, this can be someone who thinks or speaks before thinking. But as the basis of this situation, it feels as though there's an inner, if I just channel this, if I just step back from the cards for a second, it feels as though this basis of the situation, this Page of Swords, is from you. It feels like you are in a phase of your growth that is taking a minute to mature. So maybe you had a new thought, you made a new decision, you've been having a different train of thought than usual that's maybe brand spanking new to you, or just not your norm, not your normal way of going about things. And it's got its challenges, it's got its problems. Maybe there have been some ramifications, some consequences, and maybe you've been fast and loose with your words a little bit, or fast and loose, and feeling a little bit wild, maybe. Nothing wrong with wild. And here's the Hanged Man as a little bit of a clarification. The Hanged Man talks about a change in perspective. So yeah, you've changed your mind about something, you've got a new perspective, and now your thoughts, after you've had like sort of a realization or something, some new information, now you're having to grow and you're having to change the way you think a little bit. And that kind of fits right in with this High Priestess here. The High Priestess can talk about things you don't know, things that are hidden. So maybe, you just had some information came to light in your recent past. You started thinking about things a little bit differently. And you're having to let things go. Let certain concepts go. Or let certain possessions, or like I said, identifying things like this is my job, this is my house, this is my stuff. Maybe you're starting to look at all of those comfortable things around you, Taurus, and you're wondering where you could cut the fat. Maybe you want to be a little bit more lean and mean. Or maybe in the event that this High Priestess, Queen of Swords energy is a person that has information for you, or that kind of facilitated or influenced maybe this shift in you. Maybe you feel like a certain amount of not being threatened, but just challenged. I think I said that before. Maybe we're cycling now. Let's move on to more cards. In what you'd like to see happen, here we've got the Three of Rods upside down. And rods are actions. Rods are fire energy. They're you moving forward, and they're also passion. And it's like Three of Rods usually talks about thinking ahead, planning ahead, making a journey. Sometimes it talks about moving, but it's in reverse here, and this might be talking about you cooling your jets a little bit, like before the previous spread with the Empress and the Hierophant, making you feel like you're missing something, like that growth and passion and fun versus the confines that you're dealing with. Maybe that just made you want to like burn it the fuck down. Maybe that's where this wildness was, like, fuck it, this isn't really working for me right now. Burn it down. Like, I don't give a fuck. And maybe that scared you a little bit. But so it looks like here with the Three of Rods in reverse that you're like, okay, Taurus self, I'm gonna cool it. I'm gonna sit down and I am gonna take this fiery ass energy I have, because I do feel there's a lot of fire here. A lot of passion, a lot of just like, ugh, I want to make a move, you know, like I want to do the thing. I want to go on that trip. I want to have that opportunity. I want to travel. I want blah, blah, blah. It can be so many different things. So you're like sitting back for a second, being like, okay, chill, calm down, self. And then we have the Knight of Rods. So you're taking this wild energy and you're like bringing it in, and you're getting on your horse and you're packing the bag, and my dog, sorry, dogs never fails. Hey, shut up. Not necessary. I'm not even going to edit this. Okay, just calling it what it is. So, you're getting your armor on. You're pausing. You're getting your armor on. You're polishing your sword. You're like, yes, I'm going to move ahead. But I'm going to think about it first. I'm going to prepare for it. And when I make this move, when I've gathered all the data, when I've made the right choices, then nothing in the universe will stop me. Because that's really Knight of Rod energies. Like, yeah. Okay, so to clarify the Knight of Rods, we've got the Hermit, and the Hermit is you going inside of yourself and you finding the right answer. And I have to reiterate that these cards that I'm talking about right now, that's my dog. These energies that we're talking about right now are what you want to see happen. So what you want to see is you stepping back to think, to plan, to do some major soul searching. Okay? Because you don't act until you know what it is that you want. So if there's any doubt in your mind what you want, don't get on that horse. You have to feel sure-footed. So I feel like November is you doing exactly that, is getting your feet underneath you, because this fire energy, Taurus, I mean, look at it. The Hermit's got a stick too. Like, there's passionate, fiery, fun energy all over your spread right now. And it is something that, you know, to the Taurian heart, that's exactly what Taurus wants. Taurus wants that passion and that delight, but it has to be grounded. It has to be grounded, and fire burns fast if you pour too much gas on it, right? Or if the tinder's too dry. So when you build a fire, you build it to last all night long and keep everybody warm and keep it consistent. And that's rare. So I feel like that's what you're doing. You're calibrating your fire. Okay. What we have coming up in the near future is the 5 of rods. More rods for you, Taurus, more. So I'm going to flip this over real quick. So you see all these dudes right here, and they're all, you know, beating on each other with sticks. And this card really just talks about obstacles. Just shit getting in your way. Just shit. You know, and it's in reverse here. So to me, this is talking about the thought processes that you're undergoing right now, these changes that you're undergoing on a maybe a very quiet internal level that nobody else is seeing, or maybe you're not talking about. You're about to blow past all these obstacles. You're like, what obstacles? Taurus has chosen, and Taurus is doing exactly whatever the fuck Taurus wants without any problems from anybody else. You hear me? And then, ooh, okay. We have the Page of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles, and this is your card too. You are the Knight of Pentacles. And there's another earth sign in your life, or she's expressing as an earth sign. She may not be a she may just be a younger feminine energy. You know, gender has really no place in this. So you guys are both in the reverse here. Okay? Which means that, just to clarify, 5 of rods, you blow through obstacles. They cease to be a problem. How's that? The problems that have been challenging you in the past are no longer really a challenge. For whatever reason, you get through it, and it stops being an issue. And then you've got the Knight and the Page in reverse, both earth signs. Okay, I show you. So Capricorn, Virgo, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Okay, so this could very well be you. This could be someone else, or this could be you at odds with yourself. Maybe this is you looking at things a little bit more innocently. Maybe in the last, when we did your September reading we did, it showed that you had undergone a lot of healing and a lot of shedding of skin during eclipse season. And so maybe this is you shifting into a more innocent role in your own life, maybe a little bit more dropping any bitterness or cynicism that's holding you back from creating this opportunity that you want, getting that Ace of Pentacles that we saw in the previous spread. But this could very well be 2 people, 2 earth signs. And one is younger, and maybe they're not connecting. Yeah, maybe they're not, there's not a lot of communication, or let me look at the cards themselves. They're both holding a pentacle. They're both holding something out. This is that Ace of Pentacles, that opportunity for you. They're both holding this pentacle, but they're not facing each other. They're not facing each other with it. So if this is a love interest, the opportunity is there. Nobody's making the move. And that might be because of the obstacles that are there but actually aren't. This is a confusing read. Taurus, you're going through some shit. There's a lot of conflicting information. So maybe you're stuck. It feels like you're stuck. Not stuck, but like you're bouncing back and forth a little bit. The opportunity is there. They don't have to face each other to know that it's there. Because they're both earth signs. They have the same energy. They understand the way each other moves. They understand, when you're interacting romantically with someone of your own element, there's sort of an unspoken knowing sometimes. And that can be relied upon. So, Taurus, if you're worried about, this interaction, don't be worried about it. It's there. It's not immediate. It doesn't, like, I'm not seeing any immediacy here. I'm not seeing any fast motion. So maybe the timing doesn't line up perfectly. If this energy about what you want, like we were talking about before, you're like, okay, going inside, making a decision, getting ready, getting prepared for this direction I'm going to take, and making sure I'm in the right place to do it. If that has anything to do with this person, then yeah, maybe the timing doesn't line up. They're both there, though. They're both there. And I feel like, we're talking about two people here. Not to necessarily make it a romantic reading. This could be somebody that you work with. This could be a family member. So just keep that in mind. Let's move on to sort of your attitude towards things right now. We've got the Ace of Swords in reverse. And, what do knights carry? What do that passionate knight of rods carry? They carry a sword. So your attitude right now is like, cut the bullshit. You want to cut out the bullshit. Yeah, it looks like it's maybe something that's tired you out. And you're ready to walk away from it. Yeah, here's the Six of Swords here. There's a dude in a boat, and you're like, yeah, let's just row our boat the fuck away from here. That's a me, myself. So, you want to go towards where the truth is. What is the truth? Strength. You want to go towards the things that make you feel strong, not the things that make you feel challenged and weak. Good idea. Good idea.